Good day, philosophers. Today we're going to present to you the article of Josef Seifert, and we confronted a question of his article, and to this we answer that religion is fundamentally a response to the transcendent and personal holiness of God, not merely to human feelings, needs, or psychological experiences.
Supporting points for the thesis is that we say this because Seifert explained that the true object of religion is the holy itself, especially God as the infinite and personal Holy One.
The second supporting points, moreover, we say this due to the fact that holiness is in its proper sense belongs only to persons and reaches its perfect and infinite form only in God.
And the third point is that we say this because human beings experience God's holiness through conscience and reverence, especially in the experience of the tremendum.
Okay, for our personal experience, as we illustrate first, is that consider a moment of silent prayer where one feels drawn not to personal comfort but to God's greatness and sacredness.
As an example for the second point, imagine a person admired not for a power or success, but for moral goodness, kindness, and integrity.
And another experience is that I myself experience a deep sense of guilt and reverence when reflecting seriously on my moral choices.
Okay, so this is our objections. First is that other people may say that religion is only based on emotions or psychological needs.
Regarding to the second point, others object that holiness can exist in objects, places, or rituals, not only in persons.
And to the third point, other thinkers claim that conscience is only a social or cultural product, not an encounter with God.
Okay, for our answers to the objection is that first, we answer that religious acts are intentional and directed toward an objective reality beyond human feelings.
To the second, we reply that objects and places are called holy only because they participate in or points to personal holiness.
And as to the third objection, we say that conscience presents itself as an inner call that transcends mere social conditioning.
Our illustrations for our answer. First, during prayer, personally, I sense reverence even when I was not emotionally comforted.
In the second example, a church feels sacred because it is related to God, not because of the building itself.
And another example is that I felt moral responsibility even when no one else knew my actions.
In conclusion, we say that religion is essentially a response of worship, awe, and reverence to God's transcendent personal holiness, which cannot be reduced to emotions, objects, or social conventions.
And to our insight, first, holiness gives religion its deepest meaning beyond personal benefit.
Another insight is that true holiness always involves moral goodness and personal responsibility.
Our third insight is that conscience reveals a serious encounter with something greater than oneself. Application to one's life today of the insight is that
First, I should approach prayer with reverence, not only with personal request.
Another application of that insight is that I should strive for moral integrity as a response to God's holiness.
and for my application on the answer is that I should listen seriously to my conscience in making daily decisions.
In that will be all. Thank you, and God bless.